The 5-day special session of the Parliament began in secrecy and ended in a shameful display of abusive behavior in the form of communal slurs used by a BJP MP against a Muslim MP of the BSP. In between, there was also the passage of the historic Women's Reservation Bill, but with no fixed timeline on its implementation. In short, the special 5-day sitting of the Parliament in the new Parliament building perfectly captured what to expect in the run-up to 2024 Lok Sabha elections. On this episode of State of Play, I tell you why. I am Anusha Ravi Sood. Welcome to the show. The Indian Parliament moved into a new building this session, and this entire session was shrouded in secrecy, with not just the opposition MPs but even union ministers having no clue what the agenda of this session would be on the day the special session was announced. This secrecy led to many conspiracy theories, to many probabilities, to many people guessing what the agenda could be. The very move to a new parliament building is just a continuation of the hallmark of the Narendra Modi government that has taken pride in building new structures, renovating older buildings into new forms, what political analysts call leaving a cultural imprint during a regime. The grand secret and the big surprise was the introduction, or rather the reintroduction, of the Women's Reservation Bill in the Lok Sabha. 27 years after the then H.D. Deve Gowda-led government introduced the Women's Reservation Bill in Lok Sabha, and 13 years after then Dr. Manmohan Singh-led government passed the Women's Reservation Bill in Rajya Sabha, the Narendra Modi government introduced a new version of the Women's Reservation Bill in the Lok Sabha on the 19th of September. After 2 days of debates and discussion, this bill was passed in both houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, effectively making it an act. Now, once this is an act, one would imagine that women's reservation, 33% quota in Lok Sabha and state assemblies, 1/3 representation, should be immediately implemented. But that is not how things are going to be. The Women's Reservation Bill brought in by the Narendra Modi government comes with its own caveats. Both the bills introduced by H.D. Deve Gowda's government or the bill passed in the Rajya Sabha under Dr. Manmohan Singh's government had no such caveats. But the bill introduced, debated and passed under the Narendra Modi government have caveats, or rather necessities or requirements, of census and delimitation. Census, which has been delayed since 2021. This act can only be implemented after census is carried out. It is not enough to just get census figures. The process of delimitation too should be carried out in order for 33% women reservation to come into effect, to be implemented. Now, delimitation in itself is a much contested topic, with well-performing states, especially southern states like Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, expressing concerns over losing out on political representation, which is already tilted in favor of Hindi heartland states in India. Just in the previous session, the monsoon session, the Narendra Modi government not just debated but passed 22 bills in the Lok Sabha alone. For a government like that, which has brute majority, for a government that has in fact passed several contentious bills, controversial bills, some bills that could be seen as a violation or a challenge to Supreme Court's orders, this government has bulldozed these kinds of bills in both houses of the parliament in the last few sessions. But the all-important, the long-pending Women's Reservation Bill has been passed but won't be implemented despite the government having a brute majority. Nothing would have stopped this government in ensuring that women's reservation is implemented from 2024 Lok Sabha elections, that is the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. It did not have to make the census and delimitation a part, almost like a necessity, to implement reservation for women in Lok Sabhas and state assemblies. In short, women will not get reservation of 33% in the upcoming 2024 Lok Sabha elections. There simply is no timeline. We do not know if women will get this 33% representation even in Lok Sabha election 2029. In short, the Women's Reservation Bill, now an act, continues to remain to be just a promise with no hope of implementation anytime soon. In short, Women's Reservation Act will now turn into the biggest, or rather the big ticket campaign for the incumbent BJP led by Narendra Modi as he seeks a re-election for a third term in office. In short, the women's reservation has become the new election poll plank. It is not surprising that Women's Reservation Act will now be the big ticket poll plank in the 2024 Lok Sabha election. Although women are not going to get any reservation this election. This falls much in line with the previous Lok Sabha elections big poll plank for women by the BJP, the Triple Talaq Bill. This bill too, this time around, is a zero risk bill. Since it is not going to be implemented, nothing stops anybody from using this as an election pitch, much like the CAA or the Citizenship Amendment Act, which has been sitting with the government years after it has been passed with no rules notified, but it made for great political optics. If the Women's Reservation Act is all set to become the big poll pitch aimed at women by the Narendra Modi government as it seeks another term in office, the words used, the abusive communal slurs used by a BJP MP inside the Lok Sabha, targeting his colleague, targeting another member of the Lok Sabha, an elected Muslim MP from the BSP, and an equally disappointing response to that behavior by the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla simply displayed what tone, language, pitch, narrative is to be expected in the campaigns in the run-up to Lok Sabha 2024. Communal slurs are now mainstream and they don't spare even parliamentarians. Abusive communal language can be used against fellow MPs with little or no action at all. If this is the scenario in the Lok Sabha, there is little doubt that the same language, tone, narrative is going to take central stage at election rallies. BJP's MP from South Delhi, Ramesh Biduri, made excessively unparliamentary, abusive, and communal statements targeting BSP's MP Danish Ali. While senior BJP leaders and former union ministers like Ravi Shankar Prasad and Dr. Harshvardhan were seen on camera sitting behind this abusive MP, laughing at the communal rant he was indulging in, the Speaker of Lok Sabha, Om Birla, let off this MP with a warning that he shouldn't repeat his behavior again. That's it. A phrase that does not even qualify as a warning is all that a BJP MP got from the Lok Sabha Speaker, who in the past has suspended members of the House, especially those belonging to opposition parties, for far less. For far less, something as less as using a slogan or sloganeering in the House or holding up a placard. Members have been suspended from the House for far less. And this MP, who indulged in a communal rant against another MP who the House should also protect, the Speaker should also protect, was allowed to go scot-free with nothing at all. This incident has done two things. One, it has given sanction to bigotry. It has given sanction to people who indulge in communal tirade to indulge in it more in the run-up to Lok Sabha elections. After all, communal issues, communal narratives have brought in great political dividends in an election year. It is more so for the BJP if the communal tirade is against minority communities, especially Muslims. After all, if a Muslim elected representative, a member of parliament, can be abused and communal slurs can be hurled at them inside the Lok Sabha, what is to stop anybody from targeting a minority community citizen on the streets in the run-up to Lok Sabha elections. Sanction of bad behavior is what this incident has allowed. The second thing this incident has done is provide an opportunity to the opposition to come together, stand in unity once again. This has become a common platform for opposition parties to come together and demand action by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla against this erring MP. Danish Ali, although belongs to the BSP, has received solidarity from opposition parties, largely those that are part of the INDIA or India bloc. It was Congress senior leader Rahul Gandhi and KC Venugopal who visited Danish Ali's residence to console him, to show solidarity with him after visuals of this communal tirade by BJP MP went viral after TMC's MP Mahua Moitra tweeted it. Danish Ali's party, the BSP, is not part of the India bloc, yet several parties like TMC, NCP, Aam Aadmi Party, the Congress have come out in solidarity with Danish Ali, insisting that the Speaker must initiate action against BJP MP Ramesh Biduri. Ironically, the video of this BJP MP using communal slurs against Danish Ali came on the day the JDS announced its intent to join the BJP-led NDA, National Democratic Alliance, in the run-up to 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Why is it ironic? Because Danish Ali previously was with the JDS. He was loaned to the BSP out of a lack of constituency. Danish Ali has been a close aide, a loyalist of H.D. Deve Gowda, the patriarch of the JDS. The JDS so far has made no comments on the communal tirade Danish Ali was subjected to. After being in power for almost 10 years, a ruling dispensation is expected to provide a report card of its achievements, of developments, of performance, a list of promises that it has made to the people and has delivered on, a list of promises that it has already fulfilled. If the 5-day special sitting of the Parliament is anything to go by, then what we should expect in the run-up to 2024 Lok Sabha election is another list of promises with no date of delivery, masked with communal narratives instead of addressing real issues and concerns. Thank you for watching the show. Do stay tuned to South First.